I remember my first ever video game system in 2005, Nintendo DS. Now I fell in love with games like Nintendogs, Pokemon, and most of all, Super Mario. In the year 2007, after getting my first true console, the PlayStation 2, I was immediately addicted to a certain gaming series. That series was called Crash Bandicoot, and I can proudly say that I played every single one, from the original all the way up until Crash Bandicoot 4. But why? Why would it have such an insane take that seems to have no merit to it? Well, allow me to explain. Crash Bandicoot is a video game franchise originally developed by Naughty Dog as an exclusive for Sony's PlayStation console. It has seen plenty of games created by various developers and published on multiple platforms. The series consists predominantly of platform games, but also includes spin-offs in the kart racing genre and the party game genre. The series was originally produced by Universal Interactive, which later became known as Vivendi Games. In 2007, Vivendi merged with Activision, which currently owns and publishes the franchise. While the basis for the main character is a plumber trying to rescue a princess for over 40 years, Crash Bandicoot has a different way of doing it. Crash Bandicoot, a failed experiment by the villain Dr. Neocortex, as in order to take over the world, he has to kill Crash. Just from the story difference alone, it just sounds like Crash Bandicoot had such a better vision. And if comparatively both had a movie published at the same time, people would probably flock to Crash Bandicoot for the plot. I will admit the cartoony aspect of how they handled the rivalry between Dr. Neocortex and Crash, and the developers even admitted it. The villain of a story has to defeat his own creation in order to take over the world. That's a story that no one ever has done before. If we are going to split this off into 3 categories, the first category would obviously be the platforming. While Mario initially focused on side-to-side platforming, especially in its year, Crash Bandicoot did it from front to back, which was not done by any platformer genre going up to that point. Both, when they matured, became more free roam, and both definitely improved in storytelling. But if I had to give a point to either Super Mario or Crash Bandicoot when it comes to the platforming genre, I would give it to Super Mario. While Crash Bandicoot did hold up and still holds up to this day, Super Mario expanded to every single length Nintendo had to offer. Next, we got the racing genre, a very specific genre that's near and dear to my heart, because not only Crash Team Racing is something that I hold near and dear to my heart, as well as Mario Kart, there's other games, Need for Speed, even Twisted Metal to an extent. I love games with vehicles when it comes to racing and battle royales. I guarantee that I am in the minority when it comes to discussing Crash versus Mario. But I just need to be honest, man. Crash blew Mario out of the water, especially in the racing genre. A game that no one really knows about is Crash Tag Team Racing, a racing game that, by all means, coming from a person who played both games in their full extent, can agree that Crash Tag Team Racing blows Mario Kart Double Dash out of the water. The concept for Mario Kart Double Dash was a really cool concept. Now imagine Mario Kart Double Dash, but you can merge vehicles and weapons and items at the same time. Sounds absurd, but that's exactly what they did, and it is so well made and so well done. I burned like 3 CDs on that. It was really impressive. Not to mention the Crash Team Racing series was absolutely iconic, whether it came to nitro fueled or the original Crash Team Racing. I'm not saying that Mario Kart is just completely dog shit. I want to make sure I reiterate that, but Mario Kart gets really stale, even after a little bit when it comes to computers. The thing is, with Crash Tag Team Racing and Crash Nitro Fueled, it just feels like a more polished game that you have more replayability with. Oh boy, let me get to the biggest hot take of them all. I will admit, coming from someone, of course, who's played both series to their full extents, the Mario Party series is one of the most successful series in all of gaming. I mean, you got Mario Party 1 to almost 10 at this point, with a bunch of different varieties and a bunch of different maps, a bunch of different characters, and a bunch of different ways to play. But I would be shocked if I didn't give the props and the due diligence to Crash when it comes to Crash Bash, a game mode that I didn't know that you could put a story mode into a party game and have it make sense. Something that Mario did not do at all. Crash Bandicoot found a way to put every single party mode numerical order with the villains to have it stick with the original concept of the story mode within Crash Bandicoot. And in my opinion, I feel like that's something that Mario was never able to accomplish. They kind of just threw you into it and just said, hey, here's another party game, here's some new modes, here's some new maps. And yeah, that's gonna seem like a very biased argument on my behalf, because I was not really fond, or I do not remember if there are any true story modes of the Mario Party series. But every time that you play Mario Party, it's for the multiplayer anyways. But for Crash Bandicoot, whenever you play Crash Bash, the campaign was half the story, and I think that's something that Crash Bandicoot got right, is that no matter what game they played, whether it would be on a platformer, a racing game, or a party game, they were able to implement a version of the campaign that was before never really seen, never really trusted. And I feel like that's something that Crash Bandicoot never got its props to deserve. Part of the fact that Crash Bandicoot wasn't as big as Mario or even as Sonic is because Naughty Dog was a very private company and a very small company at the time, compared to Nintendo, which just gave all the green lights to every single Mario platforming game to date, along with the Olympic games, sports mix. I could go on and on about the amount of games that Mario has. But I just think in a alternate reality, if we really do think about it, Crash Bandicoot has the best campaign, has some of the funniest characters out there, especially Dr. Engine. I believe it's the only gaming series that I can truly say that really went out of its way to make sure that the campaign fit into the story mode from all the way back to the original Crash Bandicoot to today. And I think that's something that Super Mario has been okay with, but it's not something that they have mastered. While I do agree that the platforming games give a little bit of an edge to Mario because the amount of variety is, but I really do think that it is too close to call. When it comes to the party games and the racing games, Crash easily clears. And that's saying a lot, because Mario is a juggernaut of a character. Everyone knows him, yet no one knows about this one little character that was literally my childhood. And with that, I'm saying that if given the chance, I believe Crash Bandicoot would have skyrocketed past Mario, especially in the early stages. Is it a hot take? Yeah, but it's a hot take I believe in. And if you really do think about it, if going through the games, I really do hope that everyone who goes to the comment section today, I know that I'm not being mean, but I really do mean it by saying you really have to get both perspectives by playing every single Mario game and every single Crash Bandicoot game to date. Especially the one in the mid 2000s. Those, in my opinion, are some of the most important and essential ones that you have to be on the lookout for. I really want to know your guys' opinion is in the comments below. I know that a bunch of people are going to say Mario is obviously better because it is a more well-recognized face. Think about how this would be different if the roles were reversed. What if Naughty Dog was this big company and Nintendo was this small company? Would Crash Bandicoot have the same success or even more than Mario? I believe so. I believe so to this date. Hey, thank you for watching the video. I just wanted to give a little update at the end of this video. I've been gone for a little bit, but in reality, it was just a mixture of mental health and my new job has ridiculous hours. So I haven't been able to stream or make content for you guys, but now I'm sort of on a stable schedule and I'm going to be hoping to push you guys out a video each week. And that's going to be my promise going forward. A video every Saturday at 6 p.m. is what I'm going to go for. If I do more videos, it's going to be more reactionary videos. I'm testing the waters with that. If you want to check my last video on that, it'd be much appreciated. But yeah, other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know about your thoughts about the conversation below. I really want to know what you guys think. And since I played these games, like, you have to admit, this is two of my childhood favorite games. So me saying this take, I'm basically asking to be beheaded at this point. But it's a take that I wanted to give an interesting take on. So let me know. Other than that, I will see you guys later. Peace.